As Donald Trump and his Republican ticks celebrate a win this morning, CNN just issued a very ominous warning. What looks like a win is actually a major loss. Bigly. Well, what else would you expect in the era of a stroke-ridden, tariff-loving orange blimp with cellulite? Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. And in case you haven't yet heard it enough yet, it is subscriber drive time here at Occupy Democrats as we push ahead into 2026. Therefore, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to our channel right now. It will cost you nothing, and it will help us keep you up to date on all the news in American politics. It will also go a long way to helping us deflate the orange blimp hovering over Washington, and I'm not talking about with Ozempic. Help us fight back against Donald Trump with your subscription. Now, on to our breaking story. Special elections have been getting a lot of attention this year, and with good reason. With such close margins in the Senate and House, the loss of even one seat can radically change the power dynamic between the two parties. Last month, Democrats scored major wins in governor's races. Yesterday, they'd hoped to conquer Tennessee's deep red 7th district. Unfortunately, they didn't quite pull it out.
Good morning. A big win for Republican Matt Van Epps in a district that has historically been red, but this time around the election was surprisingly competitive. The first-time GOP candidate won last night by single digits over Afton Bain, a Democratic state representative here. This result is much closer than what we saw play out a year ago when President Trump scored a 22-point victory here. The tight margins led to a massive amount of money pouring into both campaigns. In fact, a CBS News analysis found at least $8 million was spent on the race, with more than $6 million donated by outside groups. Van Epps received more than $1 million from President Trump's super PAC, and support for his campaign surged after getting the president's endorsement back in October. Now, Van Epps last night said that Trump's endorsement, quote, made all the difference. He will be finishing out the term of retired former Representative Mark Green, but will have to run for re-election again in 2026.
But if that clip has you depressed, don't go away. We have one hell of a major twist coming, so stay tuned. But first, can we talk about the desperation here? Besides Trump's endorsement, House Speaker Mike Hasno Johnson personally campaigned for Van Epps in the district. Can you remember another time, dear viewers, when the Speaker of the House stumped in a reliably red district? Can you ever remember a time when a single reliably red seat generated so much outside campaign cash? There's a conversation to be had here about dark money and campaign finance reform, of course, but once again, I'll reiterate that we need to expand the House to about 6,000 members, which would keep us in line with constitutional standards when it comes to representation. It would also eliminate the need for so much campaign cash for a single seat. But again, I digress. With Trump, Van Epps, and the Republicans all celebrating their big win this morning, CNN offered something of a cold shower on their party. Not that it could give them any more shrinkage. But there I go again, I'm digressing. Data analyst Harry Enton made a stunning claim this morning that though Van Epps pulled out a win last night, his win is actually a huge loss for Republicans and signals a coming earthquake. Now, this is a longish clip, so watch the full analysis.
Still, Democrats seem to be smiling this morning. Why? Because the margin of defeat was much slimmer than Republicans have been doing in that district. With us now, CNN chief data analyst Harry Enton. Let's talk about the numbers.
Let's talk about the numbers. Republicans should be running for the hills this morning because the blue wave is building, my dear friend, Mr. Berman. What are we talking about here? Well, Matt Van Epps, the Republican candidate, he won it by 9, but this is a district that Donald Trump won by 22 points, 15 points, 17 points. This is a 13-point gain for the Democrats in terms of the margin, and excuse time for Republicans is over because I hear all about these special elections. Oh, the turnout's so low, it's not representative of what happened in a midterm election. The turnout last night in Tennessee's 7th district was equal to the turnout in the 2022 midterm election. So the blue wave, it seems to be building right out of center of Tennessee.
Interesting. I mean, so in terms of the numbers, the turnout looked like a regular midterm election, not a special election.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And of course, we have a midterm. What about 11 months from now?
All right. What have we seen in terms of trends in all the special elections the last year?
Okay, you know, I wouldn't necessarily give a hoot and a hollering about one special election in Tennessee. I love the people in Central Tennessee, but Central Tennessee is nothing special compared to the rest of the country. But what we see happening is, take a look here. Okay, 2025 U.S. House special elections. Dems outrunning Kamala Harris. A lot of blue here, a lot of blue, which is what I think the nation might look like a year from now if these results hold. Arizona 7, you see a 17 outperformance of Kamala Harris. 23 points in Florida 1, 16 points in Florida 6, 13 points in Tennessee 7, 28 points in Texas 28, and then 17 points in Virginia 11. So we've seen it throughout the nation, whether you go from the suburbs of Washington, D.C., all the way to the southwest in Arizona, whether you're looking at Texas, whether you're looking at Tennessee, whether you go down to Florida, we have seen the Democratic outperformance of Kamala Harris happening across the political map. What happened last night in Tennessee ain't just staying in Tennessee. It is spreading itself throughout the nation. As I said, to me, looking at these results, it looks like a blue wave is building.
And it's not just that it's blue, it's that it's double-digit blue.
It is exactly right. It's double-digit blue. I will note, I looked at the stats. If, in fact, you had a 13-point shift like we saw in Tennessee, and you applied that to the 2024 presidential map, we are talking about a gain for Democrats of north of 40 seats.
And there it is, folks. The incredible shrinking margin of victory for Republicans. I told you there would be shrinkage in this story. But never mind. With Americans appalled by Trump's corruption, his tariffs, his lack of foreign policy, his cutting of aid to Americans, and war crimes, yes, war crimes committed by Drinky Pete Hegseth, see our other videos for more on all that, Americans are furious with Trump and the Republicans. Given the coming midterms, and let's face it, a media eager for a political horse race, the midterms look to be the big story going into 2026. And with that tail, the ultimate failure of Trumpism and the dissolution of the current Republican coalition. Once again, this is an opportunity for Democrats to make a strong case to the American people and get rid of that orange pestilence once and for all. So, party on GOP. You're all about to have one hell of a hangover. This is Occupy Democrats.